Department, and we're here to discuss two incidents that occurred on September 24th, 2016 at approximately 1:24 p.m. at 2505 Steck Avenue at the North Village Branch Library. Officers were called out to this location for a possible sexual assault of a child in progress. There were several library patrons that were guarding the bathroom doors of the library when officers responded. Based on updates, the officers received information, they arrived on scene and found the suspect guarded by the library patrons. The suspect was located in a woman's bathroom stall. Officers detained the suspect and began the investigation. Officers spoke with a female witness that they fully identified, and based off the witness statements, she advised them that she heard screaming coming from the women's restroom in the library, so she ran in to find out what was going on. When she ran into the bathroom, she heard the screaming coming from a stall. She attempted to open the stall to the bathroom door, and it was locked. She observed through the crack in the bathroom stall the suspect, who we have identified as Hubert Justin Powell, sitting on the toilet, holding a female 8-year-old victim on his lap with his mouth, with his hand covering her mouth. She later told investigators that he had his hand so tightly over her mouth that she was not able to breathe. The witness said that she told the suspect to let go of the victim. The witness then attempted to grab the victim and pull her out from underneath the bathroom stall. A struggle ensued between the suspect and the witness in an attempt to maintain control of the victim. Unfortunately, the witness was able to obtain control of the victim and was able to free her from the suspect and remove her from the bathroom. At this point in time, library patrons went into the women's bathroom and guarded that stall and kept the suspect contained until officers arrived. So when officers arrived, they found the suspect guarded by all the library patrons contained in that area, and they detained him with questioning. Later, the victim was interviewed by our child abuse detectives and also the witness and all those involved. Also, during the course of this investigation, we found out that another incident occurred involving this same suspect, Hubert Justin Powell, involving an 11-year-old female, juvenile female. This female was also at the library on the said date and time. She was there with a witness and her sibling, and the suspect approached her, attempted to pick her up, and when he attempted to pick her up and hold on to her, she yelled help. When she yelled help, the suspect put her down on the ground, letting her go. She then found the witness that she came with and let him know that the suspect attempted to pick her up, and she thought that she might be getting kidnapped. So she told him what happened. She yelled help. While she was with the witness, they were standing at the self-checkout line at the library. The suspect approached them again and tried to make contact with the victim again while she was standing there with the witness. And the witness told the suspect to leave and leave her alone. The suspect then left. The witness and the 11-year-old victim at this time then left the library, and then they called 911. So at the time when officers responded, they didn't have the information regarding the 11-year-old female victim. All they knew is what occurred with the 8-year-old female victim at this time. The suspect is currently in custody. He's being charged for aggravated kidnapping, which is a first-degree felony for the incident involving the 8-year-old female. And then he's also being charged with unlawful restraint, which is a state jail felony because she was under the age of 17 years of age, and that is for the 11-year-old female.
What time did the 11-year-old female, that incident happen?
I don't have the exact time of when that incident
We just know
occurred.
it's before the 8-year-old.
Correct. So that incident, from my understanding, occurred first, and then the suspect, after he approached the 11-year-old, wasn't able to, obtain control of her, proceeded to go into the female's restroom, and the incident with the 8-year-old occurred.
What can you tell us about the suspect? Was he a vagrant, or did he live in the area?
I don't have information or history on the suspect.
How would you describe what he did in broad daylight at a public library?
I would describe this as a horrific incident all around. The fact that he had enough courage to try to attempt to take an 11-year-old and then attempt to assault an 8-year-old is definitely something that great thing is that the officers were able to detain him, and now we have him safely in jail.
Right, how dangerous is this guy, Mr. Patton?
I mean, I can't speak for his past behavior, but based on what was displayed here, he is somebody that's obviously a danger to the community, which is why we have placed him in jail.
Can you talk about how the Good Samaritans literally saved this girl's life?
Definitely. Kudos to the citizens and also library employees, anybody there that was involved, and also to the victims. They yelled and screamed loud enough so that bystanders were able to help them and assist them. And they were able to keep the suspect detained, this potentially dangerous suspect detained until officers arrived. So it was a great job by everybody all around.
How unusual is something like this?
It can happen anywhere, anytime to anyone. So I say just be vigilant. Always be aware of your surroundings, especially if you have, younger children. You want to be aware of their locations and what's going on. Unfortunately, these types of things happen and these predators are out there. So you have to be aware constantly of your surroundings.
Even though this was a public library where you'd think it'd be fine to take your kiddos and let them kind of do their own thing, it's still important to keep an eye out.
Always be vigilant. Your safety and the safety of your children is paramount.
I'm guessing the library patrons were not aware of the first incident because he was still, allowed to stay in the library.
There was a witness, I'm not sure if it was a library employee or not, I don't have those details, but there was a witness that observed the 11-year-old get grabbed the first time, and then, him putting her down. But I'm not sure if that was an employee of the library or not.
Yeah,
So,
why
or
was
a
he
citizen.
allowed to stay after the first incident?
That I don't have the information on. I'm not sure of their policies or if anybody that was actually employed at the library was made aware of it.
Had they seen him before inside of the library?
I don't have that information.
And then did he have any weapons or anything on him?
There was no mention in the affidavits regarding any type of weapon or anything like that. But just keep in mind, it's always the totality of the circumstances. So these citizens and these patrons or employees, whoever was involved with assisting the victim, they had to make a split-second decision and decide, hey, I got to save this little girl. So, if someone does have a weapon or something like that, you have to weigh your risks, right? So you don't want to potentially get hurt or injured or killed, then you can't help the victim. So it all depends on the circumstances and the totality. But in this instant, kudos to them. The witness here saved a little girl.
Anything else?
How often, do you arrest someone and then they, admit to everything in gross details,
I don't have stats on that, but obviously, you've heard the affidavit on this one, this kind of thing happens.
Does it happen often at public arenas like this, public libraries? Is this kind of a place where predators go?
I don't have stats on it, but if you just kind of keep this in mind, if someone preys on children, they're going to go where they think children are going to be. So it's even more time to kind of not let your comfort level go down and be more aware. So, if you're a parent or anything like that, just watch where your children are going. Maybe check the restrooms before they go in, check their surroundings. If you know they're going to be in the kid area, kind of be vigilant and be aware of who's in that area and who's close by.
No extra patrols around this library, right? The guy's in custody.
Yeah, we're not doing any directed patrols or any extra coverage that I'm aware of.
Thank you.
Thank y'all.
Thank you.